Hello, what is going on with everybody out there? Welcome back to a new true crime comedy podcast, Murderess Podcast. I am your host, Sidney Smith, with my co-host,
Jamie Kamaya.
Thank you guys again for joining us. We do appreciate you. Oh,
you said you feel better this week. You sure?
This guy. Dude, wait a minute. You supposed to say, how are you? You didn't say it.
How are you?
You
didn't give me the chance. You go, how are you going, Jay? And I say, how are you?
Okay, all right. How are you?
Wicked good.
Wicked. This is all for the sake of setup for Wicked Good.
It's gone. The moment's gone.
No. Let's do it again. All right. Take two. Hello, and welcome back to the True Crime Comedy Podcast, Murderess Podcast. I am your host, Sidney Smith, with my co-host,
Jamie Kamaya.
How you doing, Jay?
Good.
We're not doing a take three. That's it. That is it. Thank you guys for jumping on. Hopefully we are making you laugh already, because not only is this true crime, it is comedy as well. I am a professional comedian. Jamie will make you laugh from time to time.
I am less professional.
Yes. So thank you guys for joining us. We try to have a good time as much as possible. Hopefully with also showing a certain amount of respect to the dead along the way. So we want you to have some fun with us. This podcast is a little different from some other true crime podcasts that are out there, because we deal mainly with women. I should say only women, except for if you jump on and become one of our Patreon subscribers, then you will get some different things. And we still
some
owe
curveballs.
Yeah, some curveballs, and we still owe one. So we'll have to get that out. But before we get started, I want to remind our listeners on Apple of a couple of things. Please leave us a 5-star review or a 5-star rating. I always just get that mixed up. A 5-star rating and a nice review.
Any review.
A nice review. And we are up to 39 5-star ratings right now. That's all we have. And we're up to 39 now.
And we have no negative ratings.
No negative ratings
4
at
or
all.
less.
So thank you, folks. Thank you 39 people out there who gave us a 5-star rating.
If someone gave us a 4-star, I'd be like, you know what? You put too much thought into this already.
If you gave
1
us
or a 5.
If you gave us a 4-star, you son of a bitch. How could you? No, I'm just kidding. But thank everybody for the 5 stars. We do appreciate it. It does help. Believe it or not, it does help us in the rankings on Apple. So please keep supporting in that way. If you want to support in other ways, you can, again, go to murderesspodcast.com and then go ahead and click on the fan club. And then they'll take you straight to our Patreon, and you can kind of help support the show that way as well. So thank you guys very much once again. Jamie?
Hey,
you're doing everything but what you normally do. How you been, bud?
Been pretty good. Week 3, no AC in the car.
In the car. Okay. Make sure people know. Also, I want people to know who are listening, if this is your first time listening, we live in Phoenix, and we are right on the penis tip of summer.
We're on the cusp of hell.
And this guy is driving around in his car with no AC because he's a cheap son of a bitch.
I noticed if you do 90 on the freeway,
it's just
a nice little breeze.
No, it's just hot air coming in. There's no way I would be out here. You are a madman.
I walked in the house. I was like, don't say nothing. I'm taking my shirt off.
You did.
I'm hot.
If you don't drop 30 pounds by the end of summer because you're driving around,
it'll be a complete accident.
No, it'll be because you keep eating Pop-Tarts at my house. It'll be why you don't do it.
Those diet Pop-Tarts.
Well, I had a great weekend. I want to give a shout out right now, just in case I have any crossover listeners from my other podcast, Not As Debatable. Went and celebrated the wedding of 2 of my listeners from Not As Debatable. Went out to Houston, had a great couple of days out there celebrating their love and their union. And it's always kind of cool to see other people's weddings. I don't know if you do this, and maybe it's just me. I feel like it would maybe be more of a woman thing. I'm not even sure if guys would do this.
Where you're going with this.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. It might not even be a guy thing. Maybe, I picked it up, being raised by my mom primarily. I don't know. But whenever I'm at a wedding, I always like to see, man, do I wish I would have done that? Or maybe I should have done that, or this, that, or the other. Almost just kind of seeing, how people do their wedding versus how you did yours.
I mean, I've gone to weddings and be like, they totally stole my idea. Like, they came to my wedding first, and then they went to theirs. I'm like, they totally ripped me off.
What are you, an episode of The Office? That's what Phyllis did to Pam. Like,
did that happen?
She did. She took
I
off.
only watched a couple episodes of The Office.
Oh, I love that show.
It was a good show. I just
love that show. But it was a great time in Houston. It was my first time there. Humid.
Houston is super humid.
It was so humid, and it rained almost the entire time that I was there.
You want a fun fact?
Sure.
In terms of population,
Yeah.
Houston is number 4, just in front of us here in Phoenix.
I am aware of that because people in Houston could not stop telling me that they were number 4. They were the number 4.
Then you come to Phoenix and like, we have no idea.
But the humidity was unbearable for me.
A lot of Texas is humid, isn't it?
This is my first time being in Texas. Normally, I've avoided Texas my entire life.
Oh, I've been to Dallas. Dallas is super humid too.
Like I refused to rent a car. Everywhere I went, I Ubered. I would not rent a car and drive around Texas.
You don't want to be a driver.
Not
red state.
Not as a black guy. I'm not driving anywhere in Texas.
Guy's driving with his knee because he got both hands outside the window.
I've driven cross country and avoided Texas at every step.
Going to Florida and go, ooh, spend an extra 2 days going up and over.
I would. I would not take any chances.
The little tip of Oklahoma kind of headed through there.
But I had a great trip. It was fun. The wedding was great. You know, one of the cool things I took
I wouldn't know. I didn't get an invite, but whatever.
Well, it's for the other podcast. One of the things that I did take away from it was because walking into a situation where the two people were getting married, you only know them from your podcast. You know,
your first meeting in person.
And the first meeting in person. And so on top of that, so you never met them and you don't know anybody who's going to be at this wedding. So it was a little bit, you got to be cautious walking into it, but everybody was so welcoming. It was really nice.
Yeah, I saw a couple of pictures online. You look dapper as usual.
Thank you, sir.
That hat, that's your wedding hat, isn't it?
Yeah, you know what? It's only been worn to weddings. I bought it for my wedding. I wore it to both my 2 younger brothers' wedding, and now I wore it to this one.
That is not a hat I can pull off.
Actually, no, I wore it for my birthday as well.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I wore it for my birthday.
Was I there?
You were invited, and you did not show up. So no, you were not there.
When was this?
Well, I'm gonna kill
you. I've been to a birthday.
Yeah, you didn't come to this one.
I didn't make. I can't make
the one you did make it to. You came for like 10 minutes.
Which one was that?
Here at my house.
I was here for a while. I came for a good hour.
You were not.
You had the cake. That was one with the cake.
You were not here for an hour.
So you start having a cake, and I'll be at your parties.
You had a problem.
Well, we know this,
but it was a good time. I'm glad I did it, and it was great to get the ask to be there.
Yeah.
From those folks. It just shows that we had grown a certain level in the year that podcast has been in its existence. Options? No, you know what they did? They did a taco truck.
A taco truck.
And I will say this about Houston.
You sure this wasn't in Phoenix?
I'm very sure. I have been to a taco truck wedding or two here as well.
It's my favorite wedding, actually.
But I will say this, because the tacos were delicious. But a friend of mine here, he's been hosting my comedy shows here, Anthony A. On he's radios on the radio station on the Power 98.3. He told me the tacos are great in Houston because he's originally from Texas, and so I said yeah. And I got there, they shit on any tacos I had here in Phoenix.
Really,
I've had tacos twice there while I was there because I like you and most I enjoy tacos. Shit on the tacos here.
Wow, now I have to go to Houston.
Easily. I went to a place called Los Tacos, I believe is what it was called. It wasn't too far from my hotel downtown. And then the taco truck was bomb.
Oh, yeah.
So bomb.
I'm interested.
Yeah, I was all about it.
The server Hispanic, the taco person?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I wouldn't go to a taco truck that wasn't.
Yeah. And at the Los Tacos, I don't know if it's a chain or not, but it was a nice place downtown. But tacos were so on point. It was the best.
I'm interested. Like the street tacos, like the smaller shell, where they put like the 2 small shells.
No. These were legit like tacos. These were legit tacos. In fact, the Los Tacos place I went to, I ordered 2 of their carne asada and then 2 pork because they were out of chicken. And then Dion Curry, one of my best buddies, and he's co-host of Not As Debated with me. One of my co-hosts anyway. He was on the trip. He got chips and salsa. And I think a Sprite or something. And the tab came up to $27.
Oh, my God.
And he was like, bro, what did you get? I said, I got 4 tacos. What did you get? And
4 tacos can add up.
And so took them back. And I'm like, these better be the best tacos I've ever had. And I'm like, oh, my God, these are so delicious. Huh. They were so good.
Like the Dorito, better than a Dorito Locos taco?
What? Yes, they're better than the Doritos Locos tacos.
Oh, those changed my life, man.
Look, man, you know what's weird about the Doritos Locos tacos is when those came out, I had swore off Taco Bell because right before that, everything came out that Taco Bell wasn't putting real meat in there. They were putting whatever
Yeah, that's semantics.
It's not semantics.
Because it comes out of a cocking gun. Don't let it scare you.
It's not meat. But I'm not eating this. And then everybody was just going crazy about the Doritos Lost Taco, whatever. And
show some respect.
Finally, I said, I'm going to try one. And I said, what took him so long to think of this?
They got me. I'm back. He's back.
And I did every once in a while. If I get desperate enough, I do it. But they got rid of my favorite thing, which was
the pizza.
I did like the pizza was okay, but no, they got rid of. I can't think of the title of it right now.
The gordita.
No, it was like a rolled taco with cilantro in it. The beef Mexi melt. They got rid of it.
Mexi melt.
That was my favorite thing, and they got rid of it. But
that sounds yummy.
I've become a bigger fan of Del Taco. If we're talking about chain taco restaurants, these fast
I tried
food
Del
ones.
Taco, just didn't get me.
Well, the tacos in Houston were bomb. Really enjoyed it. And I want to thank you again for letting me, or not letting me, but helping me get my vaccine, my 2 shots, because I was worried about going out to Texas without being vaccinated. But the reaction for folks who listen to this, who are regular listeners, you probably heard me last week. I did not sound quite like myself. I was kind of falling asleep.
Coming down from the vaccine.
I was kind of falling asleep. I just got my second dose an hour before we went on, and I was kind of falling asleep while we were doing the show.
And it's our number 1 episode in a week.
It has been our number 1 episode in the last few weeks. It's been our number 1 episode. It's just so strange to me.
So if you could dial it down and back a little bit.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Draw them in. But my reaction to the vaccine, I wanted to see what was your reaction like, because
I had none.
Really?
Zero.
I've had some foggy stages. I've had the
how long did it last?
Tired. It was still going a little bit, and it's off and on. It hit me again yesterday.
Wow, really?
Yeah. And so I'm not saying that I'm near death, and I'm not saying this to tell anyone don't go get the vaccine. I just want to discuss my reaction to it and the first shot didn't do anything to me other than some soreness.
Yeah, that was it. But no, that's all I got. Well, even the second shot, almost no soreness in the arm. But I mean, I've heard of people's reaction. It ranges from my reaction, which was nothing, to, oh my God, why did I do this? I'm on my deathbed, and everything in between.
Yeah, I was a little nervous about taking the vaccine. I think I've told you that, and it's not anything that I've hidden, and not because I'm an anti-vaxxer. Just I believe in science, but I also believe science needs a little more testing sometimes.
Yeah. It came out quick.
Yeah, but the wife wanted me to get it. She was a little concerned, and I didn't want to be going out any place and get it or pass something to someone else.
Right.
It's weird that the only thing you think about is you getting something and how it will affect you. Well, what if you have it and you're passing it on?
Yeah, because you could be a carrier, have no symptoms, and get someone.
Yeah. So I don't want to be that person either. So, but I had a great time. So, just thanks for letting me talk about my trip to Houston. It was a great time. Again, thanks for with your hookup there, so I can get the vaccine.
Of course, happy to help. My kid's next.
Couldn't get it on my own.
I'm going to Boston the end of July, so I need to get him vaccinated.
I was going to say, you haven't gotten. I'm surprised you haven't gotten him yet.
No. Well, he gets out of school June 3rd, so we'll just wait till after that.
What's the ex think about it? Him getting it?
She's not getting it herself, but she's not going to interfere with me getting it for him. I mean, especially when we're traveling, and Massachusetts is still kind of locked down relative to here. So, for the sake of my mom, she's older.
I was going to say you definitely. Yep.
So it's just better off her peace of mind, if nothing else.
Oh, the one thing and that I didn't want to say, but you should get them vaccinated if you're going to, because that's what I thought about too. Was your mom? She's older.
She's in her 70s.
Right. You don't want to take any chances with her. I wanted to talk about the homeless situation in Houston that I saw. They have, and the reason I'm bringing this up again, I don't want to make this political or anything like that. So anybody out there who's worried about that, stop it right now. This isn't what this is about.
It really is though.
No, it really isn't. It was more because Phoenix, we have our own homeless issue. And whenever I'm on the road or I travel for any reason, I guess I never really thought about it until I moved to Phoenix, because when you go downtown here, they almost have created a homeless area for them.
Yes, right near the jail, actually. I used to get out when I worked at the jail, I get out and I drive by and it's like a little town of tents.
Of tents. Sidewalk. Absolutely. And so they've centralized them. And from what I was told, they used to be over where Stand Up Live, the comedy club, is for people here in Phoenix. That's down at First and Jefferson, First and Washington area. And they used to be there. Then they cleared them out of there to build up that area for the club and the restaurants and everything. So now they have this other centralized location. Well, in Houston, they're just everywhere. And the first time I seen something,
there's a lot of them. You say
there's a lot of them. And the first time I saw what I'm getting ready to describe was in California. I went out to LA. For anybody who's been to LA, you've seen what type of homeless issue they have in LA. Right? They have a whole you say Skid Row, but these people are everywhere. It was the first time I seen people sleeping under the overpass. And I saw the same thing in Houston. And second time I've seen it, first time in LA, but they're there. And then they have an area downtown where they all just sleep on the sidewalk in tents and sleeping bags just lined up next to each other. It was really something to see. The other thing that I noticed, because I don't see it when I'm downtown, whenever I have to walk downtown, is they're just out walking people with mental
like disabilities.
Thank you. Walking around, screaming random things at people at the top of their lungs. It was just something. It made me feel really bad for what's going on right now for people who have mental illness. There really is no place for them to go other than to be out walking the streets and just yelling at the public randomly. And it was just something I thought about when I was down.
Yeah, they need a lot of these folks need help. I mean, Houston's not a place that gets snow, right?
I think I'm not sure if they get snow. I think Texas does get some type of winter weather sometimes. But
it's those places like Phoenix where we don't get a winter that will freeze you to death. So yeah, you got to find some shade in the summer, but you can be homeless here 12 months a year and survive outside. So
yeah, and that will probably explain why you have some people who sleep under the overpass. There was a lot of rain that came down. There was some flooding that happened while I was there.
It's probably prime real estate in the homeless community, getting out of, guaranteed no rain on you.
There was one guy when I was leaving in my Uber headed back to the airport. When I would look to my right, and there's a tent, but there's a guy outside the tent in a bathrobe, just a bathrobe.
Was it the morning?
It was the morning.
It makes sense.
He was, but a homeless guy in a bathrobe just out there. Like when I say a bathrobe, he maybe had shorts or something on underneath. But you couldn't see, it's almost if you were getting out the shower throwing a bathrobe on.
Did he have slippers?
No, he was walking barefoot.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I was like, dude, that is rough on your feet, my man. But again, these are just things I'd noticed, things I hadn't seen before. And not that I'm trying to cure any of these ills right now, but hell, what's this podcast for if we're not going to banter about sometimes something that I think is important? Can't do BS all the time, but it just kind of took me back a little bit watching these people who are mentally ill.
They're everywhere, not just here; they're everywhere.
They are everywhere, but
not just people in the Phoenix comedy community.
But I had never seen people out walking doing it as much as I saw it in Houston. But I had a great time. Going to go back. Made some new friends who invited us down to San Antonio.
Oh.
And so I want to definitely check out San Antonio because I've never heard anything but good things.
Cities there in Texas.
Oh, San Antonio, Dallas, Houston, Fort Worth, I think is reasonably sized. Arlington, yeah. But San Antonio is probably my next Austin. That is, but San Antonio is my next one because between the Riverwalk and the food and just the party, and I just want to go check it out.
Austin.
And who knows? Maybe we'll get there and do a podcast one day.
Let's get listeners
there.
We'll be there, guys. We'll be in Austin on November. When?
Just stop it. Just stop it.
For Thanksgiving. Come have Thanksgiving with us.
We are going to be doing our live show coming up later this summer. So stay tuned for those dates to be coming to you, or that date. Maybe we could go dates. We'll see. We'll see.
You know how I get.
But stay tuned for that. So that'll be coming out. Hey man, we're gaining traction. Why not do a live show?
I mean, we got, was it the Czech Republic's listening to us now? We got Germany, was it?
Yeah, man, that is great. I always go through and look at the numbers and see who's listening and all that kind of stuff. Jamie, he and his side of the biz, his team, they handle some other things, but
the other things.
But
that, and the others.
No, not this, that, and the other important things, jackass. But you and I were looking at the numbers for this week because I was just like, wow, man, this has been our most popular one in its first week,
right?
In probably about a month. And again, I was just amazed because I was maybe because you carried us. I don't know. Last week, maybe it was your voice.
I can assure you it's not my voice. But
we were going through it, and yes, Czech Republic. What was the others?
Germany.
Germany.
I think we were in London or England, I should say.
And shout out to Ohio. You guys are kicking ass this week for last week's podcast.
Number one.
Atlanta fell off on us. Not sure quite why. Things are happening. Kids are getting out of school, maybe. I don't know.
What's going on in Atlanta?
But Ohio has kicked everybody's ass this week. So shout out to everybody in Ohio. We do appreciate you guys.
State finally won something.
And I'm sorry, what's your buddy's name again?
My buddy
from Boston who listens.
No
who listens?
Rob Chandler.
Thank you, Mr. Rob Chandler. Thank you very much for telling Jamie to put the mic up to his mouth because he just did not want to listen to me.
Well,
so
now I'm gonna just.
Okay, that's weird. All right. And one last thing I want to.
My kid's here.
One last thing I want to let people know who here in the Valley. I will be at Stand Up Live this weekend. 6 shows and 4 nights with Mr. Brett Ernst. Super duper funny guy. He's on Cobra Kai right now, amongst other things. So come out, check out a show. You can get your tickets at my website, Sidney Smith Creative. That's going to be CRE8TIV.com. Come on out. And if you do make it out this weekend, make sure you stop by and say hello to me and let me know if you listen to the podcast. I would love to know if you are there and heard about the show because of the podcast. That would help me greatly to know that. So come on out. I was really hoping to get Whitney Cummings because I haven't had a chance to do a weekend with her yet. I've had a chance to share the stage with her one night and then hang out with her for a night and get some great information from her.
I look at that picture of you and her every week.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I was right over your left shoulder.
Well, that one. And then I think you look at Sarah Silverman as well.
Yeah, well, that's over the right shoulder.
Yes.
Both yourself right in between.
Hey, but it was a great night with both those ladies and Joey Diaz and some other folks
who were. Was that the same night?
Yeah, that was the same night.
You got 2 different sweatshirts on.
Oh, yeah. Because, well, this picture here with Whitney is from a time from when we worked together.
Oh.
This one here is from the same night that I did something with Sarah. And Whitney was just hanging out.
I don't know if you were trying to match Whitney's sweatshirt.
People say that all the time. You guys are dorks. But anyway, Stand Up Live this weekend. Sidney Smith Creative, CRE8TIV.com. Get your tickets there and come on out and check out some laughs with me and Brett Ernst. And don't forget to stop by and say hello if you happen to make it out. All right, man. Well, you and the squad I think you guys did a good job with this one, man. I think this is a good one. I was reading through it, and it was just a smooth read, great way to tell a story.
I appreciate it.
About tragedy. And let's just jump into it. You ready to go?
Yeah, I think it's another person that you didn't know the killer, but you know who she killed.
Yeah, absolutely. This week's murderess took the life of a famous funny man that so many were big fans of. It's the wife of the late, great Saturday Night Live, Phil Hartman. His wife, Bryn Hartman, is this week's murderess. Bryn Hartman, whose original name was Vicky Jo Amdahl.
I see how you get Bryn from that.
Was born in Thief River Falls, Minnesota. I thought the same thing. And I was waiting as I was reading. I was hoping you were going to explain how it happened.
You can't even, it's not even like she took the letters from her original name to make that.
But she was born in Thief River Falls, Minnesota, to Donald Jean Amdahl and Constance Faye Amdahl, and had a brother named Gregory Clark Amdahl and 2 sisters named Catherine Kelly Amdahl, right, and Debbie Amdahl Borenson. On May 20th, 1977, she married Douglas Ivor Torfin, but they later divorced.
Yeah.
Bryn Hartman acted in small roles on television and film, playing a waitress in the Elijah Wood film North and a Venusian on Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh.
Which was a great show. I used to love that show.
That show.
A lot. Josh Gordon-Levitt was the kid at the time.
Okay, yeah.
Oh my gosh. The gentleman that played the dad, the alien that was the dad. Oh my God, he's in so many good things. He's such a good actor.
This is like another Twilight episode.
Right. This is just horrible. All right. Let's pretend like we didn't try to go down and talk about the cast. We never did it.
Did what?
That's exactly. So she met her husband, actor Phil Hartman, while working as a Catalina swimsuit model. She can also be seen during the early 1990s opening credit sequence of Saturday Night Live, having dinner with Hartman. At the time, Phil's career was near its highest point. Bryn was a tall, attractive blonde woman, but she had her demons. According to her brother Greg, she suffered from depression and was taking Zoloft for it. She also had a cocaine habit and liked to drink. Not a combination.
No, but I'm starting to question my own choices. Wait, you said bad habits, and then you started closing it on. I'm like, are they bad?
Wait a minute. What are you? Wait a minute. You're not taking any of these right now while you're here because I got to ask you to leave.
Right now, no.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I am not on Zoloft.
All right. Excellent. Not all three. She ended up going on a blind date with Phil Hartman, who at the time was rising in the entertainment industry. In 1986, Phil got his big break with Saturday Night Live as a writer and producer, which I did not know. I did not know his big break came as that. I only knew Phil Hartman
as an actor,
right. Comedic actor.
Most of us. That's probably most of us.
Right. Despite a relationship that was described by friends as intense at times and rocky, the pair would get married on November 5th, 1987. They would go on to have two children as well, Sean Edward Hartman and Bergen Hartman. Bergen. I like that name, actually.
That is cool.
I'm not sure.
Rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, I don't know where it originates from, but I like that name. According to police, on the morning of May 28th, 1998, as Phil sleeps with his bent right leg exposed atop the sheet and covered.
Don't we all do that?
Yes.
One leg in, one leg out.
Actually, I don't do that. I can't do it. I have to sleep under.
Then the fan hits that leg and it's like cool.
The wife loves to sleep that way. I cannot do that at all. Oh, it drives me nuts. As Phil sleeps with his bent right leg exposed atop the sheet and his left arm extended straight out beneath him, Brent enters the master bathroom suite. There, on a closet shelf, is the metal lockbox in which she and Phil keep their firearms and gun supplies. She grabbed his Smith & Wesson .38 and returns to where her husband is sleeping.
Smith & Wesson's made out of Massachusetts.
What?
Springfield, Mass.
What?
Smith & Wesson.
Why is that important?
It's not. Well, it's the gun. Anyways, as you were.
Dork returns to her husband is sleeping. From her side of bed, she takes aim and fires the first shot. Then a second and a third. One strikes the right side of Phil's neck, just lateral to his chin. Another enters through his right forearm, exits out the... I don't know why I can't speak this week. It must be the vaccine.
So lay on.
I'm laying it on the vaccine.
A month from now, I'm a little foggy.
Another enters through his right forearm, exits out the anterior, and re-enters his right lower chest. Both are fired from no more than 18 inches away. She was nice and close.
Yeah, I'll make it quick.
The latter causing a fatal wound. The most damaging shot, also fatal, is fired at point blank range and enters just above the bridge of Phil's nose.
Oh my God.
Passing through his skull and brain. Death is quick, perhaps instantaneous.
There's worse ways to go, I guess.
An hour or so later, probably after drinking more alcohol and possibly after snorting cocaine, Bryn phones her longtime friend Ron Douglas, who lives in nearby Studio City. It is 3:25 a.m. She tells him Phil isn't home, but that he left a note. Quote, "I'm going out for the night. I'll be back. Phil, love you." Close quote. Bryn doesn't want to be alone, she tells Douglas, who dismisses the idea of her returning to his house.
Oh, no, you don't.
Sounds like a friend who's been down this road with her before.
Yeah. We're not doing this again.
It's too late, he says, and she can't leave her kids unsupervised. Drink a glass of milk, he advises, take some aspirin, and go back to sleep. Irritated, he tries to do likewise. 20 minutes later, Douglas hears his doorbell ringing repeatedly.
How to rule the nine fist, Doug.
Along with banging on his front door. Well, we noticed this in Jamie Kamara's house because Jamie just told us a week or so ago, don't come by his house unannounced because he's not coming.
I will look out the window and shoo you away.
I need it. Still,
if you're bleeding, I'll let you in.
Oh, that's very nice.
So just cut yourself.
Prick your finger before you knock on Jamie's door. Still aggravated and now bleary-eyed, he walks downstairs and peers out the window. Brent is outside in a long sleeve pullover t-shirt, white pajama pants, and a low-colored Argyle socks, but no shoes.
That's illegal, dude.
What is?
Driving with no shoes. Can't drive in socks.
Is that really illegal?
I hope they get her for this.
Her hair is still down, long and straight, and she clutches her Prada purse. When Douglas opens the door to ask her what's going on, he catches a strong whiff of alcohol on her breath. She's drunk, he can tell. And Douglas is angry.
Showing up at 3:25 didn't tip you off.
Right. And Douglas is angry, she can tell. Don't yell at me, Brent says on her way inside. Phil yells at me all the time. Stumbling into Douglas.
Don't shoot me.
Stumbling into Douglas's house, Brent attempts to sit on the living room sofa, but slides off onto the floor.
Of course.
Crying, she blurts out something about having killed Phil. Douglas thinks little of the hysterical statement, assuming she and Phil merely had another fight. Bryn is seemingly drunk. Still on the floor, she looks as though she is nodding off. Douglas tells her she smells like a brewery and chastises her again.
I guess he missed that part where she admitted to killing her husband.
Right. Bryn says her stomach hurts, that she's sick, and passes out. Guessing she might have taken an overdose of pills, Douglas wakes her.
So she got a whole bunch of things going on, this lady.
Right. When he does, she runs to the bathroom and vomits. This happens several times. Nod off, run to the bathroom, vomit. Douglas decides he should take her awake until she sobers up. Should keep her awake until she sobers up. Sorry, folks. To that end, she serves her water. He serves her water and hot tea. At Bryn's request, Douglas calls the Hartman home several times. There was no answer, and he doesn't leave a message. During one of his calls, Bryn starts to root around in her purse and something tumbles out onto the floor. The Smith & Wesson 38.
Oops.
Douglas asks her what she's doing with it. Bryn picks it up and doesn't respond. Give it to me, he says, and Bryn hands him the gun. Upon opening the gun cylinder and spinning it around, he sees what appear to be all 6 cartridges in the chambers, which means he assumes that no bullets have been fired. So she must have reloaded the gun.
It's a revolver.
A feeling of mild relief sweeps over him, and he stashes the weapon in a kitchen drawer. See, Bryn says, I told you I killed Phil.
Huh.
Douglas remains doubtful. A little before 6 a.m., not long before her kids usually awaken, and after 2.5 hours at Douglas's house, Bryn finally seems sober enough to drive home. But she agrees to do so only if Douglas follows her back. He should bring the gun too, she tells him.
Yeah, with your handprints on it.
You know what? When someone that I know has a gun, this is just me being weird, I guess. And they say, hey, you want to hold it? No, I'm good.
Nope.
I don't know what you're going to do with that gun later on. I have my fingerprints all over it. Fetching it from the drawer and checking its cylinder again while staring down the barrel, Douglas notices something he hadn't before. 2 of the bullets are missing.
Uh-oh.
In fact, as he'll later learn, 3 are gone.
Oops.
Hoping Bryn might only have fired warning shots in the air, he puts the gun inside a tan plastic Save-On shopping bag and rushes out behind his frantic friend.
After not wiping it down.
Around 6 a.m., as Douglas follows Bryn back to Encino, she phones her good friend Judy. Oh, God, Bryn exclaims when Judy answers. I think I killed Phil. Hysterical and sobbing, she is speeding and driving erratically. She blows red light signals after 2 intersections. Where are you? Judy asks. I don't know, Bryn replies. I don't know. My life is over. Trying to pinpoint her location.
Phil's life's over, technically.
Yeah. Well, no one knows that yet, though.
We know that.
Well, she knows that at the time. We know that now, but no one knew that at the time. Trying to pinpoint her location, Judy asks Bryn to read off a couple of street signs. Sepulveda and Ventura, Bryn tells her. She is close to home. Judy hangs up, gets dressed, and drives over to 5065 Encino Avenue.
Oh, we'll have to put that on our Home of the Stars tour.
I bet the people who live there now hate that. Hate that.
It'd be funny if they listen to this.
Oh, that'd
you
be
son of a bitch. 1 star.
That's how we get our first 1 star. Mike Humphrey at 5065 Encino Avenue. Minutes later, Bryn arrives there and pulls into the garage. Douglas finds a nearby parking spot on the street. He retrieves the 38 from his trunk and follows Bryn through the garage entrance. Once inside, he trails her down a long hallway to the master bedroom at the north end. Peering in, he sees Phil's motionless body on the bed and soon notices the bullet wound in his head.
Oops. I think I killed Phil.
Oh my God, he's dead, Bryn screams. I told you I did. I told you I did. I killed him. I killed him.
I told you.
I don't know why. Out of her mind with grief and panic, Bryn makes another call to her friends, Steve and Marcy. She's making a lot of phone calls here.
There's a lot of calls. Everyone but 911.
Yes, everyone but. She tells Steve what she told Douglas and Judy. I killed Phil. Steve tells Marcy. They too drive over from their house just 3 blocks away.
Let's go see the body.
Now Douglas is in the hallway outside the master bedroom. There is a phone nearby. He picks it up and dials 911. The 911 call goes as follows.
Emergency operator 614.
Yeah. Hi, this is 5065 Encino Boulevard. And I was called over to the residence. I think there's been a shooting here.
Okay, do you see a victim?
Yes.
Okay, hold on for the paramedics. Okay, one moment.
Okay.
I want you to stay on the line.
Okay.
Fire department, emergency operator, how may I help you?
Yeah, hi. There's been a shooting at 5065 Encino Boulevard.
How many people are shot?
Just one, and
do you know what part of the body?
I think around the head and the neck. I just got here.
The person who shot him, is he still around?
Yeah, she's his wife.
The wife shot him and they're both there?
Yeah.
Is she hurt at all?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to calm her down. Okay.
Hello, sir?
Yeah.
Was this on purpose or was this an accident or what, sir? Do you know what happened?
I have no idea. She was drunk. She said she killed her husband and I didn't believe her.
Okay, are they both there right now?
You're right. Now, can you trace this address? Because I'm not sure.
All right, where's the weapon now?
It's in my hand because she brought it to my house.
What's your name, sir?
My name's Ron Douglas.
All right, sir, we're going to get the officers on the way.
While Douglas is on the phone, Bryn closes her bedroom's double doors and locks them. Douglas tries to get in, but cannot. He is still holding Bryn's bag. Unfortunately, the front door deadbolt is locked and he can't find the key. Bryn continues to wail. Furious in her current state at 6:21 a.m., she calls her sister Kathy in Wisconsin. First, she tries Kathy at home, but there is no answer. So Bryn dials her work number. Kathy's assistant answers, senses that something is deeply wrong, and immediately alerts her boss. Kathy comes on the line. She
killed someone. There's got to be something wrong.
She didn't. I don't think she tells the assistant that though. Here.
Oh no.
No. Phil is dead, Bryn says. What do you mean Phil's dead? Kathy wonders aloud. What happened? Bryn is unable to speak. Kathy tells her to take a breath. I don't know, Bryn exclaims. I'm sick. I don't remember. Then she says, tell the children that I love them.
Uh-oh. We know where this is going.
I know you love them, Kathy says, and asks if Bryn called 911. The answer is unclear. Distraught like Kathy has never heard her before, Bryn emits a series of bone-chilling shrieks. When she calms down enough to speak, Bryn mentions that she called Marcy and Ron. She also tells Kathy about Douglas. You mean Ronald McDonald? Kathy asked, using the nickname Bryn gave him. Yes, Bryn tells her, Ronald McDonald. Kathy asks if anyone else is in the house. She needs to talk with someone besides Bryn to better assess the situation and to make sure Sean and Bergen are looked after. Bryn's crying and screaming persist. Then she says, I've got to go, I gotta go, and hangs up. At 6:32, Bryn's bedroom phone rings. She answers, hello? Hi, this is the police department. Is Ronnie home? Yes, Bryn says. Come in. Ma'am? Yes. Is there someone who's been shot there? Yes. How many people are inside the house? Help me. Crying, Bryn hangs up. The police call back. Ma'am. Hello? 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 Ma'am, how many people are inside the house right now? I don't know. Okay, thank you. This time the police disconnect. This time the police disconnect. Parking on Encino Boulevard near the Hartman's front gate, Marcy rings the buzzer a few times but gets no response. So she tries calling Bryn with her cell phone. Bryn answers. Hello? It's Marcy. Open the gate. Over the gate? Bryn says in a panicked tone. Over the gate? The call ends. Steve succeeds in opening the gate latch. He and Marcy walk up to the front door, through which they can hear a woman screaming, inside wanting desperately to split the scene. Douglas keeps searching for a key. As he does, Steve and Marcy see him through a window. He stares at them and they at him. Who are you? Marcy asks from outside. Ronnie. Let us in. I can't open it. Douglas tells him. It's a deadbolt. I need a key. Get it from Bryn, Marcy says.
So he's in the house and they're outside the house.
So Douglas is still in the house.
So he's like, and she's in the bedroom.
She's in the bedroom. She locked herself in when he was talking to the cops.
I feel like I could kick through a bedroom door. Not a front door, but a bedroom door. I'm pretty sure I could get through.
I don't know, but I think at the same time, if you saw that Phil's laying there, because he saw Phil laying there, you don't want to kick in that door because you don't know what's happening on that other side. I think the thing he's trying to do is get that door open so he can get the kids out.
Oh yeah,
and so that's what he's. That's why
break a window, chuck him out the window at that point.
That's why he's looking for a key. And so going back, he says, "Who are you, Marcy?" He asks from outside. Ronnie, let us in. I can't open it, Douglas tells them. It's a deadbolt. I need a key. Get it from Bryn, Marcy says. No, Douglas replies, I can't. Is there another way in? Marcy looks behind her and sees that police have arrived. One of the uniformed officers motions to them. She and Steve retreat from the house. Likely wakened by the ruckus, 9-year-old Sean makes his way to where Douglas is standing. He will later recall that Douglas got him from his bedroom. They must get out of here, Douglas says. Fortunately, Sean knows where his parents keep a key for the back door. He retrieves it and they exit. Carrying a gun bag in one hand, Douglas ushers the boy outside toward the rear gate and hands over Brent's weapon.
He still has that gun.
He does. Well, that's a smart thing.
Yeah.
He didn't want her to have it again, especially after he saw that Phil Hartman was laying there bleeding from his neck.
That's the gun that killed Phil Hartman you hold.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Right on eBay.
Douglas ushers the boy outside toward the rear gate and hands over Brent's weapon to a couple of waiting officers from the LAPD's West Valley Division. Sean is placed in their protective custody. Douglas also gives the officers a quick rundown of events and informs them that 6-year-old Bergen remains inside, possibly asleep. Once Douglas and Sean are out, several officers make their way into the house through the open west center door. They pass through the kitchen and into the hallway that leads to the bedrooms. 2 officers crouch down on opposite sides of the hall. 3 more get into similar positions, focusing their attention on the home's north side, where the master bedroom is. From behind his doors, they can hear a female's moaning and muffled screams. Brent is again on the phone with Kathy. Take care of my children, she tells her sister. Kathy asks what Brent means. Just let them know how much I love them. Brent says, inconsolable and sobbing, tell Mom. She cuts her sentence short as officers announce their presence. One of them calls her by name. Brent. I gotta go, Brent tells Kathy for the second time and hangs up. From Wisconsin, Kathy's husband, Mike, calls Los Angeles 911. He is told that the officers have already been dispatched to the Hartman house. Brent is done making calls. Settling into her king-size bed with Phil's body, she props herself up against the headboard with the pillow. In her right hand is the Charter Arms .38 caliber 5-shooter she has owned for years and fired countless times.
38s, that's their gun of choice.
Inserting this I just reading over this gave me chills. Reading over this portion here. Inserting this 2-inch barrel into her mouth, she squeezes the trigger.
Yeah.
A fatal bullet passes through her brain and lodges in the headboard. Her head slumps toward Phil, and her shooting hand drops to the right, almost touching him.
Oh.
Her index finger is still on the trigger. Although one of the responding officers hears a single gunshot emanate from the master bedroom at around 6:38 a.m., he cannot be sure of its origin or target. The response team therefore proceeds to clear the other rooms, including Bergen's. Once she is taken from the home and handed off to a female officer who carries her to safety.
Well, that's good news, at least.
Yes. Officers devise a diversionary tactic in order to extricate Bren with as little risk as possible to her. Phil, whose precise condition at this juncture is unknown to anyone but Bren or themselves. 2 officers leave the residence and set up outside Bren's bedroom window. His curtains are drawn. Los Angeles Police Department, come out with your hands up. The lead officer, Sergeant Daniel Kernahan, shouts 2 or 3 times. There is no response. Using a found brick, one officer hurls it through the glass, while simultaneously inside the house, another forces entry into the bedroom. He is accompanied by uniformed backups. They encounter a grisly scene. Phil and Bren are both dead. Outside, just beyond the crime scene perimeter, concerned neighbors start to gather. Phil Hartman died at the age of 49. Bren Hartman at 40.
Oh, I didn't realize he was still in his 40s. I thought he was older.
No, man, he was still relatively a young man. I mean, was a young man. An awful story. And obviously there's a lot more within their relationship than we covered here. And that anyone would probably even know outside of closest family and friends. And even at that point, I'm married. You've been married before. There's still things that happen within a marriage that people would never know.
Never.
Things that neither one of you, for embarrassment or whatever, would just never want to share with anyone.
Of course.
So there's so many other layers that we did not cover, and we could possibly never ever cover. Maybe the kids would maybe be able to share some details.
Yeah,
that
so
was
young, 6 and A little bit older, right?
And 9. But I remember being a kid. There's things from my parents that I would never talk about with anyone that obviously the public wouldn't know.
Yeah. And sometimes it's not that they're super embarrassing. It's just like sometimes you just got to keep some things to yourself.
Sometimes it's embarrassing for me, a little bit of embarrassment, but more hurtful.
Yeah.
And so, again, those kids probably witness things that they would probably never want to talk about to anyone, maybe with their own spouses at some point.
Like someone said, Sidney are my least favorite child.
but with all of that said, I'd have to ask, what were your thoughts on the fact that she was calling everyone and going everywhere except for calling the police?
She was sick in the head. Didn't know what was going on or how to process such a situation. If you're at the point where you're going to kill someone, I mean, in that situation, someone who knows what was going on, but based off what we can tell, that there wasn't anything that was warranted to shoot him. So her mind was gone. I mean, to kill someone who wouldn't be, who didn't do anything, that warrant fatal consequences, I should say.
Because he was sleeping.
He was sleeping, so he died quickly, thank God. But her mind was gone. That was it. So,
but
she probably didn't know how to process that. Her first killing.
I think she knew how to process it, and to me, it's struck more as someone who was looking for attention. When she went to her friends and kept saying, "I killed Phil," and now she's calling 2 more friends.
Well, she went to the wrong friend at first because Douglas was like, "Get the fuck out of
here." Yeah,
beat it.
But that obviously had been her friend over the years, or over whatever amount of time that she would probably go to with her issues
in the middle of the night,
right, arguing with Phil or whatever. And this happened to be, maybe too late that particular night. He didn't want to deal with it. It rang to me as someone who was just looking for attention and looking for someone to feel sorry for her for what she had done.
Through murder, though, I don't know. There's more to it. I get that to some degree, but
I'm not saying that she murdered him because she wanted attention. I'm saying she murdered him, and afterwards, everything seemed to me as if she was just looking for.
She stole some jewelry and did that. But murdering, yeah. I mean, I agree. She's looking for attention,
right?
I don't know what kind. Like, is someone going to console her? Like, oh, we had it coming type. Like, what kind of attention?
I don't know, because I will agree with you that she's obviously not in her right mind at that time. And I'm not a doctor, and I'm not here to pretend I am, and to pretend what type of mindset you have to be in to be prescribed Zoloft. But she's doing these different things she shouldn't be doing.
So there's major depression. Zoloft's a depression drug, right?
Right. But if you were someone who cared about what you had really done, and you were really sorry about what you had done, you called the police. You don't drive to your buddy's house, sleep it off over there, and then you call 2 more friends to come over.
Yeah, consequences wasn't even crossing her mind at that point.
I don't know, man. We've done some real monstrous murderesses on this podcast, but I don't know. She took the cake for me this week with this, and your kids are in the house. I'm glad they were able to get those kids out, because this could have went so many different other way. I don't know why the friend didn't go get the daughter and bring her out with him when he took the son out, but I'm glad they got those kids out.
Right. And usually with our murderesses, our barometer is usually, there's the far end is complete monster, the other end is completely sick. And I guess, everyone kind of falls somewhere in between there. And I think she leans a little more to sick for me, not to excuse her actions in any way, but she just, consequently, her kids were never even part of it. Never even crossed her mind in this.
And that is most obvious. And you kind of sit back and I guess again, not being a doctor, not a guy who wears a white coat for a living, is, man, if you could have just thought about someone else, maybe like those 2 kids who were sleeping in the home when you killed their dad.
A bullet could go through a wall and hit a kid.
Anything could happen. They could have woken up, and that was what I was worried about when I was reading through, your research here that you guys put together. Was, oh my God, I hadn't heard about this, but did the kids wake up and find him possibly?
Right. Those are the things you don't know.
Right.
And we heard of Phil Hartman getting murdered by his wife. We knew that, but
that was hot news. Hot news. And he was such a funny and talented dude.
Yeah.
Not just on SNL.
Remember the Bill Clinton impressions he used to do.
No, those were great. But whenever I think about Phil Hartman, what I think about is House Guest, the movie he did with Sinbad. That movie is so funny.
Oh, I know. Sorry. I remember News Radio. I liked him on that.
News Radio was really good too. Who was that? News Radio. That show, I don't want to say went downhill, but it was never the same, obviously, without him on it.
Right.
Wasn't Rogan on that as well?
Rogan, Andy Dick.
The redhead who I can't think of her name, wasn't Kathy Griffin. Different redhead. She was on there. I can't think of her name right now because I had a crush on her when I was young. So that's why she comes to mind. But that was such a good show. The actor, he's a great character actor, but he played the owner of the station or the general manager of the station.
I know who you mean.
Yeah,
I forget his name.
Yeah, he was really good. You're right. That was such a good show. But House Guest, if you are a fan of Phil Hartman and you have not had a chance to see it, I would say look for it on Netflix or wherever.
Hulu. Prime or somewhere. It's probably can't be more than $3, right?
I don't imagine it would be, but it is hysterical. I would love to hear what you think about it after you see it.
That'll be out next week's banter.
There you go. I love that we act like we're not friends. we have to show up. What are we going to banter about today?
Hey, how you doing? It's been a week.
Yeah, it's been a while. You know what? We're both busy though.
Yeah, we both got a lot going on.
You with the house?
The house, yeah. 2 jobs and then this. I mean, these things. This podcast takes a lot of time for both of us.
But I think it's worth it.
It is worth it. It's fun. I enjoy doing it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Like the recording is like the fruits of the labor, so to speak.
Absolutely. And the other basket of fruit would be people actually finding and listening. Yeah. So thank you guys again for finding us, listening.
Yeah, if you want to tell someone, hey, give them a listen.
That would be the great thing. I know we ask you guys to do a lot, but we ask
a lot of free shit.
We ask you guys to partner with us, but you're right. It's a lot of free stuff. Doesn't cost you a thing to do it. And again, if you enjoy something, why not help it grow and get bigger and get better? So
keep us coming back.
We appreciate your efforts with that. I've been Sidney Smith.
I've been Jamie Kamaya.
From Sidney Smith Creative, this has been Murder's Podcast. If you like our show, be sure to tell your friends and family, as Jamie was saying. Don't forget to click that subscribe button or download button. I think Apple Podcasts has changed it to something else like follow. But click that button. Make sure you can go ahead and get these dropped into your phone automatically each week. Listen to us at the gym. Listen to us while you cook. Listen to us with friends over. Listen to us while you're driving back and forth. I think our voices work regardless.
Either way.
Leave us a 5-star rating and a nice review as well. Remember, you can also support us by going to patreon.com/Murder's Podcast as well. About the story you just heard, we sourced it from salon.com, dailymail.co. Remember, folks, be aware of your surroundings, and we'll see you next week.
See you.